Previously on Jason and Melissa Travel, we spent the night in Ullapool as we wrapped up our trip through the Highlands, and Melissa once again conquered her fear of heights at the Corrie Shallot Gorge before spending a very rainy night in Inverness. Now we are on to Scotland's capital city for our final adventure in this stunning country.
We made it out of the Highlands all the way back down to Edinburgh, where we are going to check out the city today, doing something a little bit different. We booked a walking tour so that somebody else could tell us all the wonderful things that there is to see and do here.
We're going to be exploring castles, checking out haunted things, checking all kinds of beautiful famous streets and places where royalty lived, and of course eating and drinking as much as we possibly can over the next couple of days while we're exploring Edinburgh. Ah, Edinburgh. This is a city that we simply could not get enough of. With its dark Gothic architecture combined with the delightful charm of the local people and the incredible foods like hard-boiled eggs wrapped in sausage and a crowd favorite made of sheep's lungs, haggis. It's no wonder Edinburgh is at the top of so many people's bucket lists. We started out our short 3 days with a walking tour and heard all kinds of stories about revolution, religion, and public executions. As we wandered down the Royal Mile, rubbing giant gold toes for luck, here are a few of the more, well, let's just say intriguing stories this brilliant city holds. Let's start with St. Giles Cathedral. It was founded in 1124 by King David I and has been used for over 900 years. Yes, it is a stunning and colorful piece of architecture, but accompanying most historical buildings, there are stories. Juicy stories. Like most places, Scotland had a turbulent religious history which involved a guy named John Knox. So who the heck is this Knox guy? I'm so glad you asked. Knox is a religious reformer from the 1500s and was buried on the cathedral grounds. The city needed more parking, so they paved over his gravesite. His gravesite is now simply denoted as parking space number 23. People do not usually park there, but our tour guide said sometimes women park directly on top of him, because I guess he wasn't too keen on women having very many rights. Mess around and find out is exactly what John Knox did. Just outside the cathedral is the Heart of Midlothian, a heart-shaped mosaic in the cobblestone of the Royal Mile. It marks the former site of the old Tolbooth prison and the location of public executions. Today, locals and visitors often spit on it for good luck, a tradition rooted in a historical act of contempt towards the prison. Speaking of things on streets, the gold H on the Royal Mile is a historical marker indicating the location of a former public execution site. And since we are on the cheerful subject of public executions, boy do I have a doozy for you. So there was this woman, Maggie Dixon, or as the cool kids call her, Half-Hang-It Maggie. Well, her husband abandoned her in the early 1700s, so she left town and ended up having relations with the shopkeeper's son. She got pregnant, concealed everything, and had the baby prematurely. The baby unfortunately died, and Maggie was found guilty of concealing her pregnancy. She was sentenced to a public hanging, which took place right here. They loaded her up in a box and were taking her to the grave when they heard banging from inside that box. Maggie was in fact not dead. The law saw it as God's will, and she was freed to live another 40 years. The pub called The Last Drop was a spot that the soon-to-be hanged could get their last drop of whiskey before they met their maker just outside. The pub next door, Maggie Dixon's, was named in honor of Half-Hang-It Maggie. Greyfriars Kirkyard is a spooky yet beautiful cemetery, chock full of interesting things and happenings, such as the gravesite of Tom Riddle, who became the inspiration for the evil Lord Voldemort in the Harry Potter series. It was so fascinating to wander around discovering the secrets this stunning graveyard holds. Then there was Bobby, a Skye Terrier that was looked after by a local policeman named John Gray for the last 2 years of his life. After John Gray's death, Bobby reportedly guarded his grave in the Kirkyard for 14 years. After 14 years of duty, the pup had a statue made in his honor. Wandering up and down the Royal Mile quickly became one of our favorite activities during our stay. At the bottom of the Royal Mile is Holyrood Palace, which has served as the principal royal residence in Scotland since the 16th century. And capping off the Royal Mile on the opposite end and perched up on Castle Rock is the stunning Edinburgh Castle, which has been inhabited by people since at least the Iron Age. Do a little research before you visit Edinburgh because there are several spectacular vantage points in the city to get a beautiful picture of the castle. One of these vantage points is called the Vinnel.
Yesterday, Melissa asked me, she said, so what other things do you want to see while we're here in Edinburgh? And I said, I really want to go see this fountain. It's called Ross Fountain. She laughed at me for wanting to go see a fountain. She kind of chuckled. She's like, of course you want to go see a fountain. Nobody's laughing now. Somebody's been snapping pictures like crazy. This is why I wanted to come to Ross Fountain. So after I absolutely wowed Melissa with my knowledge of fantastic fountains to go see with some great scenery behind it, with a castle behind it, I am now taking her to a place called Circus Lane. And she's going to be equally as wowed as soon as she finds out it's just a beautiful street of houses.
This insta-famous street is called Circus Lane and was built in the 1700s when the new town was being developed. Straight roads were considered really boring back then, so the architects went mad for some curvy streets. Yes, it is just a beautiful narrow lane of stone houses, but it is one of the most photogenic locations in all of Edinburgh.
I have to say though, although all this traveling and stuff, I love to go see the history things and read all the signs and all the placards and all the little places that we go. And Melissa is such a good trooper. She humors me a lot. I have to bribe her sometimes, but she humors me.
After blowing Melissa's mind and impressing her with my wealth of useless knowledge of pretty streets with houses, you can bet your behind she cashed in on all of my bribery. So we stopped and had a beautiful brunch.
We have actually had haggis before tonight, and both of us really liked it. But we were told by our Airbnb host you have to try haggis bonbons. So here we are trying haggis bonbons.
Do yourself a favor, before you look up what is in haggis, make sure that you try it first because it's actually really, really delicious. But definitely don't look it up until after you've had some.
Do you have your own one? It's actually really delicious.
The vibrant Victoria Street, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, was named after Queen Victoria. Victoria Street is believed to be the inspiration of Harry Potter's Diagon Alley. The street is freaking beautiful and definitely worth a stroll to snap some pics, do a little shopping, or in our case, stop for a little Scottish treat.
We stopped at IJ Mellis, one of the places on Somebody Feed Phil. And of course, because they're actually a cheesemonger, I had to get some cheese and make my heart very happy.
Yeah,
Jason grabbed a Scotch egg that I think he's going to give me a bite of, but I got so excited when I saw that cheese in there.
I know. So we're standing in there and we stopped just for the Scotch egg. Now, I've had a Scotch egg before, but I've never had a Scotch egg in Scotland. So we had to stop and do it. But while we're in there waiting, yeah, Melissa's like, oh, I'll have some of this salami. Can you slice that for me, please? Oh, I would love this piece of brie. Can I have that too, please?
I mean, come on. They're just sitting there. They're just sitting there waiting to have a good home.
So look at this meatball. So Scotch egg is a hard-boiled egg. It is covered in sausage, like wrapped in sausage and spices, and then it's got looks like a breadcrumb or just like a type of crust on the outside. I found the egg. I didn't get deep enough.
That's what she said. Come on, Mia.
There you go.
Like most things, our time in Scotland's capital must come to an end. But first, sit back and enjoy our Scottish Cribs tour. The link to this Airbnb will be provided down in the description below. Our trip in Scotland would not be complete without visiting the ginormous mystical Kelpies at Helix Park. In Scottish folklore, a Kelpie is a dangerous, shape-shifting water creature that can appear on land as a horse. The Kelpies appear to their human victims as a gray or a white horse, entices them to ride on their back. Whee, that sounds like fun, then carries them down to their watery grave. Happy travels!
We had a blast in Edinburgh. Unfortunately, we did not have near enough time. We felt like we packed that sucker full while we were there, and there was still things that we feel like we missed. It was so incredible. By the way, If there's something that you missed, that we missed in this video, leave it in the comments because we will definitely be back. We have friends here now and we want to travel here often. So hit us up with some comments about what we can do for the next time that we're here in Edinburgh.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. Please make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It really helps our channel out. Jason and Melissa Travel are
on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys soon.